set, hut, 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 hut.
Good morning, good afternoon, and or good evening. You are watching Nub's Collection, a YouTube series dedicated to the cataloging and review of every game in my physical media collection. As always, I am your host, Victory Nub, and today we are looking at John Madden Football. Developed by Park Place Productions and published by EA Sports, and released in the United States in November of 1991. So specifically, this is actually the Super NES version of the game. The game actually gained most of its popularity on the Sega Genesis. Unfortunately, I didn't have a Sega Genesis growing up, so we have to look at the one that I actually did have. Now, full disclosure, my two favorite words on the channel, one of the things that I should be very upfront about with this episode is, this is actually the second recording of this particular game that I'm going to be doing. The reason for that is the very first one that I ran, I had an idea to run a simulation of the upcoming Super Bowl. This video is being recorded on February 6th of 2023, and the Super Bowl is in 6 days. And I thought it would be a good idea to do what a lot of people end up doing around this time, is to simulate the Super Bowl in John Madden Football, or Madden, whatever year it is. I guess this year would be 22. I don't know if 23's come out yet. But basically, they would run a simulation of the game to let it decide who the winner of the Super Bowl was going to be. And I was going to do the same thing, just put it in demo mode, which I'll go ahead and show you now. You can actually do a demo mode in this version of the game and have the two teams that are participating in this year's Super Bowl, which are the Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs, play the game in demo mode and see who was going to win. I made two mistakes, though. Number one, I didn't set the quarter length to the shortest interval, which is only 5 minutes per quarter. And second, I let the computer do all the play. And unfortunately, the computer was terrible. To put it mildly, the game took almost an hour to get to halftime, and the game was a 7-7 tie. The video ended at half because I didn't want to make it a 2-hour-long episode to watch two CPU-controlled teams basically trade the ball back and forth without scoring for 2 hours and have absolutely no end result, or at least not an exciting one. So we're going to do this one again. We're going to simulate the same conditions that I had before. I found out that they were playing in Arizona at the, whatever the stadium's called there, but they do have grass for that field. And I believe it's a domed stadium, so there's no chance of any unusual weather. It's just going to be fair. But we're going to go ahead and run it, and I'm going to play as one of the two teams. I don't have a dog in the hunt. I don't actually root for either of the teams that are playing this year. I could care less who wins. I'm going to play as Philadelphia. I don't really care if they win or lose. I'm not really interested in trying to make one team better than the other. Although when you do see the stats here, it does look like they actually have a far better lineup. Now, the stats that they did boost for each team were meant to, I assume, emulate the teams from back when the game was initially released, around 90-91. I guess Philadelphia was pretty good. I don't know who the quarterback was at that time, nor do I know who the quarterback was for Kansas City. All I can speak to is what the teams are like now, and I think the Philadelphia Eagles only lost one game all year in 2022, and the Chiefs, I don't know if they were as dominant as they have been in the past, but I would assume they were good enough to make it to the Super Bowl, and I don't know if there's one team heavily favored over the other at this point. So let's go ahead and get started. Couple of notes that I'll try to follow up on while we're running the video here. As I said before, the Sega Genesis version of this game was the one that most people were more familiar with. EA was developing two different games, football games specifically, at this time. One of them was, in fact, Joe Montana Football. And, oh, good Lord, why didn't you catch that? You dummy. All right, just touch back, just get tackled, dingus. So one of the two games that they were developing that were football games was Joe Montana Football. I actually have more fond memories, I think, of the time that I played that game than I do this one, which isn't a great thing to say about a game that I actually own versus one that I only played maybe once or twice at a cousin's house. But, well, you'll see as we're playing. This is not a great game. Oh, brother. Made no progress there. Let's go with a hands package. We're going to go pro formation. And I want to go down and out because we're going to try to hit the A receiver. All right, fall back. Wow, what did you do, you dingus? Oh, great. Intercepted. All right, no, don't you dare. Jerk. So when the game came out, EA kind of pinned all their hopes and dreams for a franchise on this particular release. But, and this is probably fair for the time that the game was originally released. Whatever. I don't know what any of these defensive packages do. They expected only 75,000 units to sell. Oh. No! Get him. Don't you dare. And it actually sold way more than that. They expected 75,000 units to sell. They actually sold about 400,000 units in total. And that was the Sega Genesis version of the game. I don't have any specific numbers for the Super Nintendo version. I don't know. I was blanking on the name. Nah, whatever. Just run a play. Get him! No, he's going to get a touchdown. Yeah, I hope no one came to this video expecting me to absolutely dominate the opposing team because I was never any good at this. Yeah, the game was huge, and that's part of the reason why it's a franchise that still exists to this day under the Madden brand. One of the big changes that they made to the sport, or at least the video game version of the sport, was the fact that this version of the game plays over the shoulder of the quarterback. If you have ever played Tecmo Bowl or Tecmo Super Bowl, you're familiar with the idea that when you play the game, it either goes left to right or right to left. This is the game that kind of pioneered the aspect of playing the game from the perspective of the offense being on the bottom of the screen and running to the top of the screen. Why they thought that was a good idea, I don't know. It's what people prefer now. Unfortunately, as you'll see while we're playing the game here today, I don't think it plays in the favor of the offense, simply because when you do what I'm about to do, which is a passing play, it's really hard to tell where everyone is. Get the ball, get the ball. Oh, you dink. So I was just letting the guy run. The PC, I keep saying PC. The CPU actually will make the player go out and run a play if you don't take control of them. And it's usually for the best because it's really hard to get your guys to do what you want them to do if you're the one trying to run the play. All right, so go X again. Oh, come on. Big throw. Get that ball. Nope. I really don't like passing in this game. Let's go ahead and do a fast. We're going to do pro formation again. And let me do halfback toss left. Oh, nope. There we go. So one of the fun things that they added to this game, and I don't know if it's been in every game since, but you can do this. You can just mash on HUD all you want. Until you hit the B button, you don't actually run a play. Oh, come on, man. All right, we're going to do the thing I hate to do. Actually, I'm full of it. I'm absolutely not running a punt. I'm going to try to run the ball. I hate all of you. Run that ball. Run that ball. Don't you let the safety happen. No, come on, first down. Oh, no, nothing. I wasn't expecting anything important to happen. So, if we're talking football, of course, you usually talk about who the team is that you root for. I hate to say this, But unfortunately, because I live in Northern Virginia and it's near D.C., the team that I would normally root for is the team that at this time was known as the Washington Redskins, now known as the Washington Commanders. Unfortunately, the owner is a human pile of garbage, so it makes it very difficult to root for the team. And in fact, I haven't watched a game in, I don't know, it's been probably 5 years. Like, I've actually tried to watch a game in about 5 years. He's just... And Dan Snyder, unfortunately, has very serious allegations against him of doing some very creepy things, particularly with the female staff that were hired as cheerleaders for the team. Up to and including having them pose nude for a calendar that was made just for him. I don't want to root for the team while he still owns it. And there is supposedly some kind of movement in that regard. Some possible big, billionaire people have made proposals to buy the team. I have no idea if that's actually going to happen this year or if it's all just bluster and nothing's actually going to take place. What I know for certain is once the sale actually takes place, I might begin to watch the games again, but until that happens, I just don't want to support this team. It kind of goes to one of the larger things that I think people struggle with, and I don't understand why it's so hard for people to grasp this. You are not beholden to a corporation, even if it's one person who does the bad thing that you don't like. Case in point, I think this week also was the release of the game Hogwarts Legacy, which is a Harry Potter-based video game. And a lot of people are conflicted about whether or not they should support the game because they don't like J.K. Rowling's stance on people who are transsexual. And they don't want to buy a game or buy the books or buy the movies or anything like that. But at the same time, the belief is that, oh, well, there's so many people who were paid to work on it, and if we don't support them, then they're not going to make money or whatever. No one's going to learn to make the right decisions if you feel like you're beholden to a corporation for what one person does. And more importantly, if the people who work for that organization have had a year or more working for it when the owner or creator of whatever IP has been known to be holding some of these really tasteless beliefs, and you continue to work there, it's kind of on you if you continue to work there and a boycott or any kind of heavy decision is made that would affect you financially. At some point, you have to say, I can't be a part of this and move on with your life. You can't keep working for that company. And, in this case, I have no problem not supporting a football team because the owner is a garbage human being. As far as the example I just offered for Harry Potter, I never read any of the books, never watched any of the movies. I had no interest in buying the game to begin with, but I certainly won't do it if the creator, the author of the books, has such hateful beliefs. It's just, I don't want to support someone like that. Oh, I should probably get the ball out. All right, come on. Quick. Oh, delay of game. I was so busy running my yapper, I didn't pay attention. All right, well, whatever. It's not like I'm going to get anywhere. All right, throw the ball to A. Catch the damn ball. I thought this was a good quarterback. He hasn't caught a single ball yet. Am I supposed to be hitting a button? I thought I didn't have to. All right, well, we're gonna do another fake punt. But this is really making it look like Kansas City is just gonna dominate in this game. Go. Run that ball. Run that ball. Hey, I've got a first down. Oh! All right. Well, the punter has got some legs on him. All right, so let's do fast, We're going to do a pro formation, and we're going to do a halfback draw, or halfback off tackle. I hate running into the line of scrimmage. I never think this is a smart play, but the video game gives you what they want you to do, and yeah, see? It just doesn't do anything. Running plays in this game don't work. They never do. Only if you get outside and you have someone who is way faster. Let's see. Let's go near. And, God, I hate that. I hate that. Can't we find someone who could throw a ball? Wait. Halfback counter. There we go. Get that ball out. Run, man! Run! Run like the wind! I made some yardage. Okay, so we're going to do hands. I think shotgun. And I want to flood right. Because there's a lot of open field there. Throw to A. You better catch the ball this time, you dummy! Oh! 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 Most! Oh, I almost led them on a merry chase. All right, well, we got to run the ball. I don't want to give up on this play yet. We're going to go far. Do we have a sweep left? Fullback lead. Big guy. Take some bumps. Now, more than one bump, man. What was that? Well, if you were a fan of the Kansas City Chiefs, I got good news for you. It looks like they're going to win. Let's blitz them. This ain't going to work out the way I want it to. Go, 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 go. Get after that quarterback. Uh-oh. No! Oh, come on! I haven't caught one ball all game. How are they catching them? That's a good point. How are they catching them? I should check that. Okay, so it turns out there is a jump and catch button that I had not been using. I don't think you have to normally jump to catch a ball, but whatever. Jump! This, of course, was made back in the time when the extra point was basically a gimme and no one ever went for 2 points unless it was the end of the game and your season was on the line. Nowadays, it feels like everyone tries it because it's not a given that you're going to get the extra point if you do kick it. All right, run it out, run it out, run. Run, 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 run. Oh, oh, get past the 20-yard line. That was worth it. On our way to 35. All right, so we're going to go with a normal package. We're going to do far. And we're going to do a halfback screen. And we're going to toss to the X receiver. Get that ball out of there. He caught it! Hey, finally! Apparently all I had to do was hit X before the ball got to him, and he actually caught it. It's a small miracle. All right, let's go with a pro formation. We're going to go with a halfback off tackle, which did not work the first time, but man, it's got to work sometime. Get that ball upfield. Now, what are you doing, you dick? Okay, we're going to throw it. Hands. I think shotgun, and I want deep outs because we're going for the end zone, baby. I think I'm going to throw to the A receiver, I think. Oh. Dang it, I didn't get it off before the 2-minute warning. I would like to score at least once before the end of this game. Well, we'll go back to what I was going to do. I had deep outs, and I was going to go to the A receiver. All right. Oh, get down that field. X! Oh. There were like 3 people on him. That wasn't going to work. All right, fast. We're going to go pro formation. There's got to be a run. Toss left. Go halfback, toss left. There we go. Kick that ball out. Go, 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 go. No! How are they getting free so easy? All right, well, we'll just kick the field goal. We'll just do a standard field goal, and let's see if I can nail it. It has been a long time since I did this. I believe it is a slider that you have to hit. It is. I hit it, and it was way over to the left. I directed the ball to the right, and it went so far left. All right. 4-3? No. We would want a 3-4 package. But they don't have a 3-4. Ah, crap. Ah, whatever. Get after that quarterback! Oh! Oh, they were running away from the frickin' quarterback. That wouldn't have counted. That receiver stepped out of the zone. He was off the field. Other words, you can't come back on the field and receive a pass. Whatever. B. I have no idea what any of these do. Get after the quarterback! Oh, what? That was at his feet. That should have been a tackle. All right, we're going to go nickel, cover. Oh, you better believe we're going full blitz. I'm smelling fear, I'm smelling blood, and I'm going to eat you. Toot toot. So as frequently as the case with the channel here, I suppose we could talk about some of my favorite football movies. I think the one that always sticks out in my mind is probably The Replacements. And part of that is, of course, if you don't know anything about the history of the Replacements, or at least the story it's loosely based on, The Replacements is kind of a retelling of the 1987 Washington Redskins team. The reason for that is around the time that the season began, there was a talk about a player strike. They actually did strike, and the Redskins had to field a team of scabs, just like every other team in the league. It turns out that the team that they fielded was the best team on the field for the remainder of the season. And when the strike ended, the players that were part of that, the regular team, stepped back in. Some of them, I think most of them did. And the team ended up winning the Super Bowl that year with Doug Williams. Oh, crap. Come on. Get him. Get him. Sit on him. Don't let him get away. Now, of course, the team that they put out in the movie was a little bit sillier, and it didn't quite follow the story beat for beat, but it is pretty much the same story. We'll do cover, medium zone, whatever. Who cares? Just run it. I'm going to blitz him! Or not! Oh! We're going to go 4-3. Control. Wide zone. Because I expect them to do a pass. They got 30 seconds left in the half. They want to get the ball down the field. Just keep right on moving. We're going to the edge. Go, 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 go! Get after him! Oh. How did that end up in his hands? I dispute the result of that play. He should not have gotten that ball. We're going deep zone because I am certain they're trying to pass. They want another touchdown before the end of the half, and I am smelling blood. Dun-dun. Get after him! Oh, I dived too early. And they got the ball. Dang it. That's a first down. Just give it to him. First down. Are they kicking? They're kicking. All right, well, whatever. They're probably going to hit it, too. This is embarrassing. I have not scored a single point yet. Uh-oh. Almost went off sides. Get him! They got it. Oh, it fell short. I get a chance for one last play. It's got to be a long throw. We're going shotgun. And I mean, we'll do deep outs. We're throwing to X. Oh, what did you do, you dingus? I forgot to hit B. Yes, I know. They're dominating in every respect. Although, if you look at the stats here, and just to put things in perspective for people who are experts on the kind of stats that you normally see in a football game, 32 yards passing and 69 yards passing, no matter who's winning the game right now, is unbelievably bad. The completion percentage is 20% and 33%. Unbelievably bad. The computer is playing one of those two teams, the one that's winning, and they're still doing terrible. So that's definitely going to be something that we're going to have to talk about when we actually get to the end of the game here today, is just how inaccurate passing is in this game. So I did have a story that I wanted to share about the purchase of this game. Yeah, go ahead and kick, whatever. Perfect. Because this is... Okay, he did take the touchback. I thought he was going to slow down and not play. Big. We'll do read. Zone man. So the game that we're playing today was a gift that I actually purchased for my father. At the time, my dad was a big fan of the Washington Redskins, as I was when I was younger. And the... Oh, that was a terrible pass. The Washington Redskins were just coming off of, and this game came out in 91, so I probably got it in 92 or 93. They were just coming off of their third Super Bowl. The team that was helmed by the quarterback, Mark Rippon, just kind of went on a tear. Everyone was convinced that this was going to be the Atlanta Falcons' year. They actually met in the playoffs, and as I recall, the Redskins absolutely annihilated them. It was the big sexy pick, and I think at that point, oh, God, come on, tackle him, you dummies. At that point, I think Deion Sanders was playing for the Falcons. That was before he moved on to the Cowboys, and they won their 2 or 3 Super Bowls in the 90s. And, yeah, the Redskins at that point, you know, everyone had known them as kind of a run-first offense, and that, you know, they had so many dominant teams in the 80s that were led by a strong running offense. And then Mark Rippon came to the team and was just capable of lobbing the ball like 50, 60 yards and just getting what the play that they were running was called the sprint bomb, which was basically just chuck the ball to Gary Clark running on the outside, and he would usually catch it for a good 50, 60 yard gain. And I mean, it was devastating for most teams. And they ended up winning in 90. It was the Super Bowl that took place in 92, the winner of 92. But I thought, you know, this is something that my dad would appreciate. Oh, get the ball! Yeah, I got a fumble recovery. Go, man, go! Don't let him touch you. Run across the field. Fumble recovery for touchdown! I finally scored. Anyway, before that happened, I thought it would be a nice gift for my dad because this was something where, I knew he cared a lot about the sport. He wasn't the biggest on going outside and chucking the football with his son for whatever reason. So I thought, this would be fun to do. He was not the biggest gamer in the house. That would have been more my mom between my two parents. He played a couple of games with me and my family, when we were really young on the Atari and maybe the regular Nintendo, and that was about it. So I got him this gift for his birthday, and he opened the package and looked at it and started to laugh, and I didn't understand what he was laughing about. So he looks at me and says, "You didn't buy this for me, you bought it for yourself." I genuinely thought I was doing something nice for him. I was only 11 or 12. That was a big blow to the ego, because I didn't think I was doing something selfish, and he very much thought that that is exactly what I was doing. Needless to say, he never touched this game. I never really touched this game because the truth of the matter is I had already had my fill of sports games. I mean, if you've watched the episode for Baseball Stars, that game is one of the most frustrating video games known to man. I know a lot of people laud it for some of the accuracy and the way that the game plays out, but it is impossible to field a ball that goes into the outfield because you don't know where it's going. This game, same problem. It's hard to make a play, a passing play, if you're taking the run into your own hands because you don't know where the ball is going half the time. And not only that, but when the ball actually gets to the receiver, you're not entirely sure if he's in position to catch it. And if he is in position to catch it, is he actually going to catch it? There's so many variables, and they all make it just an unfun experience in the case of this game and the passing game. Again, I think I've made maybe 2 or 3 passes at this point in the game. I can't remember what the stats said on there, but we're already nearing the end of the third quarter, and I've scored 1 time. Oh, no! Get him up! Get him! There we go. Okay, they're going to have to punt, I think. They're not punting. All right, roll dime. We got to do cover. And I didn't pick cover. That was dumb. Whatever. Deep zone. They're trying to embarrass me. So not only did my dad never play this game, but I learned a very important lesson, which is never try buying a video game for him ever again, because it just wasn't worth it. Bang. All right, they're definitely kicking it now, right? Yeah, they're kicking it. Punt, return, because blocking just never seems to work in this game. Oh, they almost got me. I was on a hair trigger ready for that. Wow, touchback. Okay, well, we need to get something downfield badly, so let's go shotgun. We're going to go flood right, because I think they're putting it... Well, no, they are centering. Oh, no, god damn it. Whatever. I thought they were putting it on the other side of the field. All right, go A. Oh, that was... Well... Oh, come on! Why did he bounce backwards? That should have been at least a 7-yard gain. Instead, I got 3. All right, normal. We're going to do pro formation. Halfback toss left, because there's a lot of open field there, and I want to take advantage of that. And if he gets tackled, basically off the jump, I swear to God I'm not running this ever again. Run up! I hate you so much! All right, we're going to go fast. Shotgun. I got to get it out there. Let's go deep outs, and we're going to chuck it to Y. Get that ball down the field. He overshot the thing and never went back for it. You dummy. All right. Hands, shotgun, flood right. I need just a whole bunch of people on the right side. And I'm not doing it to A again because I want more than 2 yards. Go X. You better get that ball. What are you doing? He stopped halfway up the field and said, I'm going to take a lunch break. I'm sorry. I don't know. What difference does it make? The game's over. They're going to this side. Get after that quarterback. I'm going to get him! Or not. Come on! There were 3 people in his face and they were all just like, hey, don't throw the ball. Yeah, well, I guess the Chiefs are going to win. So if you're going to place your bets, I think it's a safe bet now. The Chiefs are going to be champions this year. No good. He bounced it off the goalpost. That's embarrassing. Either that or now they're just messing with me. The funny thing is, at least stat-wise, at this point in time, the Eagles were supposed to be the better team, but as you can see, it doesn't matter if you're the better team if nothing you run ever works. And why did they put the kick... The kick returner is the slowest guy on the field. It's like they want you to fail. Whatever. Far. Half back screen. It doesn't matter. The game's over. What the hell was that? What was he thinking? Shotgun. We got to throw something deep. Flag left. We're going to throw it to the A receiver. Nothing. He was right on the X. I mean, there's no way he could have done any better there. Stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Whatever. The game's over. I've lost. Hey, I caught one when it mattered the least, and he finally broke a tackle for once. Whatever. I mean, it worked the first time. Why not do it again? Deep outs. Yeah, we'll just throw the X receiver again. Holy crap. Why haven't I been throwing it to X the whole time? I'm just going to keep doing that play until the end of the game. Until they come up with a way to stop it. Another important thing to note is you absolutely can run a play if you catch the defense switching out personnel before they get back on the field. I've done it before. It's not easy to time it, but you can do it. Bounced off of his head. Doink. All right, well, we're going to change the receiver, but we're going to keep the play because I need to chuck something downfield. I want to score a second time before the end of the game. Get the ball out. You dummy. All right. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. How do I go back? Whatever. Cross pass. He caught it! I don't think that was enough. It wasn't. Yep, game over. I really didn't have a chance to win, but control right. I don't think it matters. Hey, calling a fake hut is my move, you jerk. Get back here. And they scored again. Screw it. Just let it go. I hate you, game. You suck so bad. I have a hard time believing that this game was so popular with people that they ended up making an entire franchise out of it. If this is what the Sega Genesis version of the game played like, I have a hard time believing they sold 75,000 units like they initially wanted to sell. All right, kick the ball to me. Watch the guy who's in the end zone right where the ball's supposed to hit, drop the ball, let it bounce out of the end. Okay, whatever. We're just going to do running plays through the rest of the game. Fast. Pro formation. It hasn't worked once. Let's just do halfback toss left again. Don't even let them think. See, look at this. He can barely move before he gets tackled. I lost 2 yards. Surprise. We'll do a goal line. Whatever. Yeah, fullback cut right. He'll get tackled at the line of scrimmage. Go, you big dummy. There is a spin move that I haven't been doing, but the reason for that is, and we'll do it once just to show what it does. We'll keep doing big guys. Or not. Never mind. That was an embarrassing game. Not just because of how poorly I was playing, but just the way that the game went, period. 137 passing yards in the Super Bowl. I think people would be demanding their money back. That would not have been the kind of result that people would have been happy with. But yeah, if you do the spin move while you're trying to avoid a tackle, you actually increase the chances that you're going to fumble the ball. And in my case, it's you breathe in the direction of the spin button, and the game makes you fumble the ball. So I never actually did it. I mean, it was almost a surefire way to give up the ball to the other team. Anyway, let's go ahead and wrap things up. We're going to do a round of the good, the bad, and the ugly. The good... Oh boy, is there any good to this game? I guess the teams kind of look like they're supposed to. The funny thing is, it turns out that in the case of the major teams that they were supposed to be representing, they actually couldn't get the license from the NFL or the NFLPA to get likenesses for both the teams and any of the players. So you'll notice that at no point did you see the name Chiefs or the name Eagles appear in the game. You didn't even see anything in the end zone, as I recall. The reason for that is they didn't get the likenesses. So it's all very generic. That said, they did try to match the colors for each team. In the case of the two teams that we looked at, the Eagles and the Chiefs, the colors were pretty much in the right ballpark for the two respective teams. The people on field kind of look like they're running plays like they're supposed to. I don't know. There's not a lot of good about this game, at least not from my own personal perspective. Plenty of bad, so let's get to it. Number one, the passing in this game sucks. Not just the passing, but good Lord, I rushed for 10 yards the entire game. The Eagles were supposed to be the dominant team in this game, and they weren't. At least not rushing. Good Lord. I did say that the fullback and the halfback were weaknesses for this team. We still had a running back, didn't we? And he never managed to do anything. The passing in this game, there's a little mark on the field, a little yellow mark that's supposed to be where the ball is going. And half the time, if you're standing in the dead center of that X, the ball does not land in your hands. There's no catch button to press. There's a jump or raise your hands in the air and jump button. There's a dive button. There's a spin button. None of those make you catch the ball. You just have to be at the mark and hope that your guy catches it. And it doesn't work. Completion percentages, 30 and 41% in this game. The PC can control how the ball is going to land in its own hands, and it still only got 41% of the passes. That's terrible. That is unbelievably bad. Once you decide to throw the ball, it runs into the same problem as Baseball Stars that I complained about before. You're throwing into the void, and you're hoping that your player's in the right part of the field to make a play on the ball. And I had at least one play there where the guy got, tied up with defensive players and was nowhere near it. Lucky it wasn't just a straight up interception. The frame rate is chuggy, and you would have hoped for a game that had just come out, a year into the console's life, or not even that long, maybe 5 months, that whoever was developing this port for the game, obviously it started on Sega Genesis, would have sat down and said, we got to make sure that there's a consistent frame rate for this game, or it's going to look like garbage and play like garbage. And they didn't do that. It is very difficult to tell, even if the ball's in the right spot, if you're in the right spot. There were times when the ball would be caught and my guy was like 5 feet to the left of where the ball touched down. There was no consistency on that. It was like it was just a coin toss. Is he going to catch the ball? Yes. Is he near the X? Kind of. Just frustratingly bad. Terrible, terrible, terrible choice. Oh, I guess if there was a good, I like mashing on the hut button, the fake hut. That's a really weak good, but whatever. And then as far as the ugly, again, since they didn't have the actual licenses to use the team names or any of the players, you just had generic cities. They did match the colors for the teams, but you're not really playing as those particular teams. You're just playing as a city, which is kind of lame. I mean, technically, they tried to match the stats for how each team was rated as far as their performance from back in 91 or 90. Yeah, it would have been 90 or 91 when they were developing it. So they kind of got that right. But without the actual license to use those likenesses, again, you're just playing generic teams. So let's go ahead and give it a score. We do our score in Randars, 1 to 10. I can't get this higher than a 4. This is not a great game. I am astonished that it had legs. If the Sega Genesis version plays anything like this, I can't believe 400,000 people put money down to play this game. I can't believe that reviews about this game liked it as much as they did. It's not a good game. It's just not. 4 is probably being generous. It probably should have been lower, but I'll give them credit because it plays like football. You actually call plays that look like genuine plays. They never work, but you have a playbook that you can go through that matches what sounds like legitimate plays. It would have been nice if they had gotten some other things right. It's almost like the lead dev for this game was a defensive player in high school or college and decided, we're going to make the best defense in the history of the sport. And someone was like, yeah, but people only want to watch the other team score. And he was like, no, they don't. They like it when sacks happen. It's like, no, this isn't how you make a good sports game. Scoring matters. Yeah, four Randars. Poor game. This is going to go back into the dustbin of history for me. I don't think I'll ever touch it again. Just not fun. Not a fun experience. And thankfully, this is the only football game that I ever bought in my life. After this, I kind of just lost my taste for the video game version of the sport. I'll still watch, the Super Bowl and some other random games that might be on every now and then while I'm flipping through the channels. But yeah, just not video game versions of the sport. No. Anyway, that's going to do it for this episode of Nubs Collection. As always, I do appreciate each of you watching, and I will see you next time.